Hello friends, I am Dr. Ashish Agrawat. Welcome to my channel Live Biochemistry. In this video, I am going to discuss about the lipoprotein metabolism part 1 and we will discuss about the chylomicron metabolism. Chylomicron metabolism. So you are advised to watch my video regarding digestion and absorption of lipids and also the chemistry of lipoproteins. Link is given in the description. Okay, so there are two type of cycle in lipoprotein metabolism. One is exogenous cycle and one is endogenous cycle. Exogenous cycle is mainly taken care by the chylomicrons, that is the lipoprotein, right? And it will carry the dietary lipids from intestine to the peripheral tissue. While endogenous cycle is mainly by the VLDL, IDL, and LDL, right? So you can see here, whatever diet we take, dietary lipids that we take, either in the form of oil or butter, when they are absorbed, these lipids are absorbed along with the chylomicrons and they will be transported to the peripheral tissue. While VLDL, IDL and LDL, they will transport the endogenously synthesized lipids. So now we are going to discuss about the chylomicron metabolism. So if we see the structure of chylomicron here, because lipids are insoluble in water, they are hydrophobic, so they require the protein. For the exogenously supplied lipids in the form of triglyceride, phospholipid or cholesterol, they will combine with the ApoB48. This ApoB48, this is the apoprotein which is synthesized by the intestinal cell, by RNA editing. So here in the liver cell, there is ApoB100 is synthesized. The gene for the synthesis of ApoB48 is same as ApoB100. But what happens in the intestine? There is a deaminase enzyme. So this ApoB100, it is made up of 4, 5, 6, 3 amino acids, right? In the intestine, up to 2152 amino acids are synthesized, and when 2153 amino acid, okay, the codon for this 2153 is CAA. But in the intestinal deaminase enzyme, it will convert CAA to UAA, that will be stop codon. So in the intestine, up to 2152 amino acids are formed and it is 48% of 4563. That's why this apoprotein is called as the ApoB48. Okay, so if someone asks which is a major apoprotein in chylomicrons, that your answer should be ApoB48. That is frequently asked in competitive exams. And the highest concentration of triglyceride is present in the chylomicron. So highest triglyceride in case of chylomicron, that you have to remember specifically, right? Now coming to the metabolism. So you have already learned in digestion and absorption of lipids. Suppose this is a intestine, right? So intestine lumen contains the triglyceride, phospholipid and cholesterol ester. They are broken down by the pancreatic lipase to glycerol, fatty acid, cholesterol ester, okay, and they will aggregate to form the micelle. This micelle will be absorbed in the intestinal cell, okay, and then again they will be re-esterified to triglyceride, phospholipid and cholesterol ester. These lipids along with the ApoB48, they are taken up by our lymphatic system, and through the thoracic duct, and ultimately they will come in the blood circulation. This is our blood circulation, which contains triglyceride, phospholipid, cholesterol ester and B48. This is called as a nascent chylomicron. So this role of chylomicron is to transport the dietary lipids, the lipids that we take in the diet from intestine to the peripheral tissue like adipose tissue, heart muscles, skeletal muscles. Right? So here in the blood, ApoB48 along with the triglyceride phospholipid cholesterol, they will form the nascent chylomicrons. Nascent means newly synthesized. Right? So if I draw the diagram again, so this is the blood circulation that contains the triglyceride, phospholipid, cholesterol, and B48. That is a nascent chylomicron. Then they will get the ApoC2 and ApoE apoprotein from HDL. HDL is a repository of apoproteins. So the ApoC2 and ApoE from HDL is given to the nascent chylomicrons, and then this phospholipid, triglyceride, and cholesterol ester along with the ApoB48, ApoC2 and ApoE, this is called as a mature chylomicrons. Okay. Now this mature chylomicron will go to the peripheral tissue. Which are the peripheral tissue? Like skeletal muscle, heart muscle, okay, adipose tissue, and in the capillary of this peripheral tissue there is a endothelium where heparin bound lipoprotein lipase enzyme is there, right? And once this mature chylomicron comes to the capillary, the ApoC2 of the mature chylomicron will activate lipoprotein lipase. This is frequently asked, which apoprotein will activate lipoprotein lipase enzymes. We have already learned about the lingual lipase, gastric lipase and pancreatic lipase in digestion and absorption of lipids. Here one more lipase is there, that is called lipoprotein lipase, which is activated by the ApoC2. Okay, this ApoC2 will break down the triglyceride this triglyceride will be broken down to glycerol and fatty acid. This fatty acid is taken up by the peripheral tissue like skeletal muscle and adipose tissue. They will skeletal muscle and heart, they will utilize it for the energy purpose, while adipose tissue will utilize fatty acid as a storage form of triglyceride, while glycerol will be taken up by the blood and go to the liver. So now this mature chylomicron, the triglyceride is reduced and the content which is remaining, triglyceride will be less in quantity, cholesterol ester and phospholipid and ApoB48. Okay. Once the function is over, ApoC2 again go back to ApoC2 lipoprotein will again go back to HDL. Okay. And the remaining is ApoB48, ApoE along with this less amount of triglyceride and cholesterol ester. Okay. So you can see here less amount of triglyceride, cholesterol ester, okay, along with the ApoB48 and ApoE. ApoC2 go back to the HDL. This molecule is called as a chylomicron remnant. It is called as a chylomicron remnant. Now we have seen that ApoC2 and ApoE, they are transported from the HDL. The function we know about ApoC2, that it activates lipoprotein lipase. So what should be the role of ApoE? Why it is donated to the chylomicron? Because this in the liver there are ApoE receptor. So with the ApoE receptor ApoE will bind with this ApoE receptor of the liver, and then this chylomicron remnant is endocytosed. Okay, and it is taken up by the liver. This is how chylomicron will help in transport of dietary lipids, because dietary lipids are hydrophobic, insoluble in water. So apoprotein chylomicron, that is the lipoprotein, that will help in transport of the dietary lipids, okay, from the intestine to the peripheral tissue, and ultimately it is taken up by the liver cell. And as it will provide the fatty acids to the adipose tissue for the storage purpose, and also for the energy purpose for the skeletal muscle and heart. Okay, so if I show you the diagram, so you can see here the dietary lipids contain the triglyceride, major portion, small amount of cholesterol ester. ApoB48 along with the triglyceride and cholesterol ester, they will form the nascent chylomicron. Then ApoC2 and ApoE is donated from HDL and it will form the mature chylomicron. This mature chylomicron will go to the peripheral tissue or extrahepatic tissue like adipose tissue, skeletal muscle, and their capillary endothelium will contain the lipoprotein lipase enzyme. This lipoprotein lipase will break down the triglyceride to the glycerol and fatty acid, which can be used for the energy purpose or storage purpose, while glycerol go back to the liver. Once the function of ApoC2 is over, ApoC2 is go back to the HDL, and ApoB48, ApoE, that is called as the, along with the cholesterol ester and less amount of triglyceride, it is called as the chylomicron remnant, which is taken up by the ApoE receptor in the liver, and they will be internalized. So this is about the chylomicron metabolism. So if I revise in short, the chylomicron, major lipids present in chylomicron is triglyceride. Major apoprotein that is present in chylomicron is ApoB48. Role of ApoC2 is activation of lipoprotein lipase. In main, it is the exogenous lipid. It plays a role in exogenous lipid transport. We will learn in hyperlipoproteinemia if there is an enzyme ApoC2 is deficient or lipoprotein lipase is deficient, it will lead to the increased chylomicron, and that will lead to the increased triglyceride in our body, and it is lead to the xanthoma. This is clinical application about the chylomicron metabolism.